I want to define for listeners a unique value proposition as the reason customers choose you other than price. So not because we're the cheapest or even the most expensive,
That's right.
uh, but why do people choose you? Is it because you're so attentive to their actual needs and you truly understand them? Is it because you have, the best location and the best service inside that area? Is it because you do it faster than anybody else? What is it that separates you and sets you apart and allows you to differentiate from the competition so that people want to buy from you? Um, so, anyways, all that being said, it sounds like you've got a unique value proposition for Crew XP that you've already talked about it. You're in Vegas, you're in Orlando, you've got everything you need to be able to run a successful uh, event for their booth. And so, um, what do you hear from your customers about your unique value proposition? That's when I think it's the most successful, is when you hear it directly from the customers. I was like, man, we're going to work with you again because boom.
Yeah.
What is it that you hear?
So in my world, the things my customers, the partners, the builders, the agencies, the exhibit resellers, um, they by the time they come to us, the first thing they're looking for is speed or responsiveness. And I
Yeah.
understand that they're not coming to me 6 months before and going, "Hey, Chris, we'd like you to work on this project." Their customers are coming to them in the 11th hour, right? So, I told you we're an 8 o'clock to midnight fulfillment for a lot of people. It's not exciting when they come at 11:15, Khalil, right? Everybody's panicked at that point. So we obviously would like a little more time, but I think when they say we need you to build this thing for us, um, we get the fact that I know you're asking for the thing and the things we're going to deliver, but you're paying us for an experience, right? You're really wanting this to be a hassle-free. Your blood pressure is probably elevated because you've tried to figure out how you're going to build this in-house first, right? And then you're realizing there's no way we can make this work because the round trip freight cost from East Coast to West Coast or West to East it's going to eat up just a ton of it. And, the union labor rates, and there's a hanging sign and there's 4 unions to touch it. That's going to eat up a bunch. And so how do we build this affordably? And they go, "Hey, what about calling those guys that are in Vegas or those guys in Orlando?" And, and so it really wasn't there was no ego involved in, we want to be in Las Vegas. We want to be in Orlando. We know where most of the events take place, and Chicago's right up there. But we picked 2, and we said, I'm going to make a huge investment for a group of companies in advance. I'm going to build a facility. The press release isn't out yet, but we're about to make a $5 million investment over the next 5 years to reopen in Las Vegas. That's space, that's people, that's equipment. And we're doing that for people that are gonna need help there. I'm not interested in the occasional sort of walk up business. I'm literally going door to door with the people that I think we'd be a good partner for, and saying, "I've researched you and I've learned about you, and I know you do a lot of activity there, and I know you build your own stuff and have your own labor office, or maybe even have an office where you store your clients' properties there. But maybe you don't build there and you need somebody, you need another option there." So our value proposition is we're forward deployed in the right locations. Um, Speed and response time, we're good. We've made a 7-figure investment in inventories, like, pre-engineered wall systems and custom counters. And we've put, 50, 60, 70, 80 counters and a couple of thousand frames in these places. So if you call us, we can be responsive quickly. I'm basically saying we're willing to accept the risk by doing this, and we'll accept that for you. Will you commit to us if we hang our shingle out? And if the answer is no, I'm okay with that. We're not the right fit for everybody. That's a no, thank you. We'll find a yes, please. But I think if we have the right 2 or 3 or 4 dozen partners, they're going to have an advantage. I was thinking about Amazon Prime the other day, Khalil, and do you shop on Amazon?
I do. My wife does a lot more
Okay.
than me, though.
And is she a Prime member? Do you know?
Yeah, yeah, we're
Okay.
absolutely Prime
So and
members. I don't know anybody who's not a Prime member
so
at this point.
okay, so it's funny. I am too. My wife is, by the way, why we have separate Prime accounts, I don't know. It's $189.
Oh,
It's $189 annually to be a Prime member. But why do you do that? Because your stuff ships freakishly fast. There's some advantages where you feel the value of that membership, and I just think that's almost like what I'm envisioning is,
yeah,
you may be able to a la carte, pretty please, dice and slice it up and find the 10 things we're going to deliver, a dollar cheaper in all these areas. But we're hoping you won't begrudge us a nickel's worth of profit in order to put it all together for you quickly, professionally, and deliver it in a hassle-free way, because we do have our own labor contracts in that market and our own inventory and our own straight trucks. And so anyway, that's our UVP is, hey man, we're as good as you. We're an extension. Have our people become your people, and
yeah.
and that's it. We're the guys behind the guys, right?